Nutrition Roundup, and to do just that, joining us on the Studio One sofa is nutrition expert Bernadette Abraham.
Hi,
welcome to Studio One.
Thank you.
So we're here to talk nutrition, food, and the biggest debate or question people have is organic food. Why is organic food better than conventionally grown food, and what exactly is organic food? Let's start with that.
Okay, so let's define it. So basically,
define it.
the simple definition is any food that's free of pesticides, herbicides, any type of chemical, sludge-based or chemical-based fertilizers, or any genetic modification. So it hasn't been altered in any shape or form. So it's really in its most natural state, which is the way we should be eating our food.
Right. And then conventionally grown food is usually, I mean, do they?
Sprayed.
Yeah. Do they just spray everything?
Well, it's more productive, and it helps.
Mass produced.
Absolutely.
Basically.
Right.
Hey, well, how can I tell if I'm buying organic food, though? I know that you see it in the supermarkets, organic section, etc. But is there any sort of hard and fast way to?
Well, this is why a lot of people question it. Is it really organic?
Yeah.
Is it really worth the cost?
Right.
Because not all countries have regulating laws for organic standards.
Yeah.
Certain countries do have it at a legislative level, but countries that don't have certifying agencies or bodies or private companies that act on behalf of the government. And so that's where the discrepancy comes in. So you might not have as stringent regulations and laws for organic foods, and that's why the decline in the organic label starts to happen, because it's a very big trend. You know, organic is starting to pop up everywhere. And I would say that the biggest scam with organic food are foods, unhealthy foods labeled organic to make them perceive healthier. So
Like
a
what?
bag of potato chips, for instance, although it's organic, it's still considered junk food.
It's still
even though the
fried
ingredients,
potatoes.
right? Ice cream, cookies, all of that is still considered
People
junk food.
believe it. People want to believe it. They want the easy way out. So
Especially
they're going to
for
eat
parents.
organic ice cream and think they're going to lose weight.
Right.
That's not
so
going to work.
Organic doesn't necessarily mean
Yeah.
healthy. It just means that the ingredients that they use are free from what I mentioned earlier. No
Preservatives
pesticides,
and
no pesticides and
chemical-free.
chemicals. Exactly.
But what about regular fruits and vegetables and soaking them or scrubbing them? Does that remove any of the pesticides?
Actually, no. They've conducted many studies. So first of all, is it better than conventionally grown foods? That I get asked that all the time. Basically, there's been a study that was funded by the European Union. It's a 5-year study, which is the longest run study on organic food. And they found that, yes, organic produce is in fact superior than conventionally grown foods. They found that it had higher levels of vitamins, minerals like iron and zinc. It had 40% more antioxidants, more essential fats like omega-3s and CLA. Also, milk, for example, from organic herds had 90% more antioxidants than conventionally grown foods. So definitely it is better than conventionally grown foods. However, there's the issue of cost.
Yeah.
So people are like, okay, well, it is better for me, but I can't necessarily afford it.
Yeah.
And so what I say to people is there's an environmental working group in the U.S. They've come up with a guide that, based on nearly 87,000 tests for residues of pesticide on produce, they came up with 12 foods that contain the most pesticides, and it's called the Dirty Dozen. And anybody can look it up. You can go on Google, go on my website. I have useful links on there.
Bernacizeme.com.
Yes.
Get on there,
Yeah.
all those details and more. Plus, Bernadette's top tips on where you can get the best organic food in Dubai as well. Unfortunately, we run out of time today, but thanks very much for some great advice. More from you
Thank you for having
in the
me.
coming